Hey survivors, today I'm going to show you in detail how to defeat the Nunatak boss on beta difficulty in ARK Survival Ascended, and I'll walk you through everything step by step so you're fully prepared for the fight. Let's start with the gear you're going to need before even thinking about entering the arena. First of all, you should be running a full set of Flak armor. If possible, go for upgraded pieces. Anything above standard makes a big difference, but if you only have primitive or basic gear, it can still work. Just keep in mind that better armor gives you much more survivability, especially in longer fights. Next, bring a good amount of medical brews. The arena can get very cold, especially if your fortitude isn't high enough, and you will take damage over time. The medical brews are essential to keep you alive during the fight, especially if things don't go perfectly. Now let's talk about dinos, because this is where the fight is really decided. You'll want to bring 16 Rexes and 1 Yutyrannus. Your Rexes should be well-bred and decently leveled. A good baseline is around 30,000 health and about 600 to 700 melee damage. If you can go higher, even better. But this is a solid minimum for beta. For saddles, I recommend at least Journeyman quality. Mine have between 57 and 66 armor. That makes a noticeable difference in how much damage they can tank. Your Yutyrannus is just as important. This is not for damage, but for support. The Courage Roar buff will massively increase your Rex's damage output and survivability, so you need to stay focused on using it consistently throughout the fight. Once you enter the arena, don't rush blindly. Take a moment to group up your Rexes and get control of your army. Your first priority is to keep them buffed at all times using the Yutyrannus. This is something you should never stop doing during the fight. At the beginning, you'll need to deal with death worms. Focus on clearing them out while keeping your Rexes together and buffed. Don't spread too far apart, because that makes it harder to control your army. Now comes the important part. The Nunatak boss itself. The boss will not always be attackable. It flies around and only becomes vulnerable when it lands. As soon as it lands, you need to react quickly. Whistle your Rexes onto the boss immediately and let them deal as much damage as possible during that window. While your Rexes are attacking, your job on the Yutyrannus is to stay mobile. Keep moving at all times. This is extremely important because the boss has dangerous abilities like ice spikes and snowball attacks that can deal heavy damage if you stand still. Positioning and movement are key here. Don't get stuck, don't stand still, and always keep an eye on where the boss is and what it's doing. Once the boss takes off again, pull your Rexes back together, rebuff them, and prepare for the next landing phase. From this point on, the fight becomes a cycle. Wait for the boss to land, send in your Rexes, deal damage, avoid attacks, regroup, and repeat. If you stay consistent, keep your buffs active and don't panic. You'll slowly wear the boss down. Eventually, Nunatak will go down, and that's when you get your rewards. Defeating the boss unlocks several Tech Engrams, and one of the most important ones is the Tech Transmitter. This is a huge quality of life upgrade because it allows you to travel directly from your base without needing to go to an obelisk or a supply drop. It makes farming, transferring, and general movement so much easier, especially in the late game. And that's it. That's the full strategy for beating the Nunatak boss on beta difficulty. Take your time to prepare, don't underestimate the fight, and once you're ready, you'll have no problem taking it down. Good luck out there, survivors.